All right, we going live, baby. We going live. We doing the thing. We doing work. It's been a minute. Been a hot minute since I hopped on here. I think I did my last LinkedIn stream. What was it like? Jeez, like almost a week ago. I think it was last Monday. Maybe. It is what it is. It's a long week, man. Long week. Let me get this recording. So, oh, hold up. As I was saying, one of the hardest things I've noticed is trying to. Oh, let me make sure this music ain't too loud. Yeah, we good. One of the hardest things I've noticed, especially trying to create content on LinkedIn, um, create content in general, obviously is being consistent. How do you do it every day? It's not easy, bro. It really is not easy, man. And then like, if you're a regular human like I am, you know, things happen throughout the week. Things happen outside of your own environment that impact your environment. Last week we saw it was a political assassination. I don't care what y'all call it. That had all the telltale signs of a political assassination. Don't really want to talk too much on it other than we all saw what we saw, and we all saw the reactions to it. It's let me say again, we all saw what we saw, and we all saw the reactions to it. It's a crazy, crazy world we live in, but I don't know, man. It really made me personally hold a mirror up to myself and ask myself certain questions. And I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I saw in the answers to those questions when I got down to it, like the real answers to those questions. And I had to ask myself this right here. Once I saw the answers to those particular questions, I had to ask myself this: is how can I love my enemies? And the biggest thing that it made me realize is I wasn't put on this earth to hate. I wasn't put on this earth to allow hate to harbor into my body or have safe harbor in my body. It doesn't feel good. At the end of everything that happened last week, none of that felt good. Maybe for a fleeting second, but that's not feeling good. That's just, you mistake that fleeting second for good, and it's just adrenaline, the idea that maybe you've been proven right, which we all like that idea, but at the end of the day, is that feeling right better than the reaction? Now, I have the same feeling for everybody who's a victim of gun violence. It's a terrible, terrible thing. It really is. To see it, to be in a world that allows it constantly. I don't want that. I don't want people to die by guns, especially when they had nothing to do. I don't want people to die in general, a violent death in general. I want everybody to die happy on their deathbed, surrounded by family, loved. That's the only way to go if you're gonna go, you know. But I had to take a break from getting on here because I didn't want to put my opinions out there when I wasn't feeling 100% solid in myself and where I was coming from. But I had to ask myself, it was really a question of what would Jesus do? I'm trying to follow in those footpaths that he's left behind. I'm trying to really turn my life into a symbol of love and what, the man upstairs, the big guy, wants us to be. And I'm far from perfect, man. Trust me. If you know me personally, you know that, like, hey, man, that's not who you are. Well, no, not yet, but it's who I'm trying to become. So this is the question I had to ask myself. For anyone else dealing with the impact and just all of the energy, the crazy energy that hit us last week with what happened, this is a question that you need to ask yourself before you start getting on anywhere, or even in your own mind, before you start trying to justify what happened. Because look, we all know that violence begets violence, hate begets hate. We know that. But for us as simple humans to try and justify it, that's not our place. It's not our place. We don't know what the plan is and why that happened. We don't know exactly why that happened. We may have ideas, but it's not our place. This is the only question I'm asking myself moving forward. How can I love my enemies? Why should I love my enemies? Let me just read this real quick. Sometimes the thought of loving your enemies can cause a lot of traffic in our minds. Can you actually love your enemies as yourself? To us, they may not seem worthy of love, honor, or kindness, but when we choose to love our enemies, we're loving like Jesus would love. In some cases, loving our enemies looks like justice, but the majority of the time, it looks like praying for them as you would pray for yourself. Pray that your enemies have food, clothing, and shelter, and that all their needs will be met. Pray that your enemies will encounter God, experience His love, and know Him as the healer. Pray that God will heal the wounds in their heart. We've all heard the phrase, hurt people hurt people. Well, when we pray for our enemies from afar, we are inviting God into their story. Great. Get a quick Bible verse in here. But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who mistreat you. Luke 6:27-28. Do not repay evil for evil or reveling for reveling, but on the contrary, bless for to this you are called, that you may obtain a blessing. That's what I got to say on that, man. I'm gonna leave it there because if you're anything like me, last week weighed heavy on you. Maybe your reactions to what happened, maybe, I don't know. You know, it just was something that really held me back from moving forward in the path that I know I've been called to move forward in. So I had to really sit back and come to terms with that, and that's why you haven't seen me streaming, posting too much content. I had to let that kind of sort that out within myself. But let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Man, crazy times we live in, people. All right, let's get back to what we're here to do, man. We're here to talk about work. We're here to talk about marketing. We're here to talk about restaurant marketing. Let me see, man. Is there any news before we move on to the work that I need to do? National Restaurant News, Nation's Restaurant. What's it called? Yeah, Nation Restaurant News. Let's see if there's anything here that let's see it. Continue the site. Boom. Any news? So this is interesting. I've seen a lot of brands, McDonald's being the main one, talking about this new kind of two-tiered economic structure that they're seeing. Meaning there are guests that can afford their regular deals, combos, what have you, and there are guests that just can't afford it, won't go, and are, they're not buying anymore. And so McDonald's and I guess Jack in the Box are now offering even lower price combos to appeal to these people. You know, they've got a $5 smash burger. I don't think that's really, in line with what McDonald's is doing, which is they're saying, let me see if I can find it. McDonald's two-tiered economy, maybe that's it. Did I spell McDonald's right? I did not. Who else puts an A in McDonald's? Do. Let's see, some plant-based McNuggets in France. Let me see if I can find it on. Let's try Perplexity. I don't want to just go Google. And this is the difference, ladies and gentlemen. Nowadays, Google is not as good at finding directly what you need. McDonald's Sweet talks about two-tiered economy and need for lower prices to appeal to struggling consumers. Let's see what that gives me on Perplexity. Okay, this is what Perplexity is saying. Hold on. All right. McDonald's C-suite, led by CEO Chris Kemczynski. I don't know how to say these names. I've always struggled with like Eastern European, like Polish. It's a lot of different, like a Z next to a C. What do I do with that? Someone please help. Anyway, Chris K, that's what I'm going to call him, has publicly highlighted the impact of a two-tier economy in the U.S., prompting a renewed focus on lower prices and value-driven offerings to attract struggling and budget-conscious consumers. The company is responding to declining traffic among middle and lower-income customers who are increasingly skipping meals or opting to eat at home by cutting combo meal prices and reintroducing extra value meals at discounts up to 15% off. Does anyone remember those extra value meals? I don't remember the dollar menu at McDonald's. Golly, dude, do I miss the dollar menu at McDonald's, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a quick. I mean, if you're like me, I use the I still go to I still eat McDonald's. I'm sorry, I'm a red-blooded American, I guess, but I definitely go to McDonald's and I use the app because in the app I always get discounts. I get promos. McDonald's is. I'm not sure if they're discounting themselves in a race to the bottom, or if they just recognize that maybe they have a lot more wiggle room in their prices than they wanted us to know before, and we are realizing it too. And it's like, hey, this is low quality food. I'm sorry to say, at McDonald's, this is low quality food. It tastes good, but it's low quality. But at this time, in this economy, in the big 2025, I do not want to spend a lot of money on your food. So what I'm gonna do is, if you're gonna throw coupons out there, I'm definitely gonna take advantage. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I think this move by McDonald's is a pretty smart move, man. They can take the hit on the discounts. Restaurants like Steam Boys, my restaurant, I think we do a fair amount of discount. We do more discounting than other restaurants I know. Like, I know restaurant owners who just don't believe it in at all, and that's fine. Like, I understand where you're coming from. If you've got super tight margins, you've got super, expensive food costs, like, discounting isn't helping you. But in my eyes, the whole name of the game is to bring customers through the door. McDonald's playing a different game where it's, they've got upper middle and even got as high up as the White House. McDonald's being eaten there, you know what I mean, being ordered there. So what they're trying to say is, well, it is actually these middle and lower income people who still make up a good base of our foot traffic, and we're losing them. So we do need to make sure that, like, hey, if things are indeed tight for them, let's try and accommodate. So yeah, man, it's like, I mean, they're saying McDonald's is calling out the widening economic gap, the widening economic income inequality that we're seeing in America by saying, yeah, I mean, this is the CEO's words right here. What we see is it's really a kind of two-tier economy. If you are an upper income earning over 100K, things are good. What we see with middle and lower income consumers is actually a different story. So that's McDonald's, man. It doesn't get much more American than that. If you can't believe McDonald's telling you that, hey, there is a widening income inequality gap, it is what it is. What other news we got here? You can tell I'm stalling. I'm trying not to do work. Let's see. Value wars, Gen Z, menu price inflation. New president of burger chain Muya. I've seen Muya. I'm not 100%. I've never walked in there, but it's just kind of like another burger chain, I don't need another place to sell me a burger, man. It's fine. Like, I mean, sure, do it. Like, if you want to create a burger chain in today's economy, do it. Like, I'm obviously not gonna stop you. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. But it's just like, me personally as a consumer, dude, I've got my burger options locked up. It may be a little hard for you to break into that these days, especially if you're someone called Muya. Hey, but that's, literally, I don't know until I know. Let's see, Gen Z tipping point we didn't see coming. This looks interesting. Sorry if I'm just sniffling all on the mic. These allergies are kicking my butt today, guys. to just double check here on my LinkedIn stream, make sure my audios are coming in right. Skibbity. Okay. Cool. Looks like my audios are good. So let us. This is AI generated. It's saying pixels, but this is for sure an AI generated image. I can just tell. Not 100% sure. It may be true stock, but I feel like it's AI generated. But would AI put a gap tooth into the the image here? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about this is the gap tooth here is the only reason why I'm like questioning if it's AI generated or not. You guys can't see because it's pretty small on my screen. Oops, let me see here. The heck? Anyways, let me see. Can I zoom in on this a little bit for you? Oh, I love this for myself. So, all right. So if we look here, we see that she does have a gap tooth, and this is what I think AI is not doing. I don't think this is considered an imperfection by us mere mortals. So I don't think AI is including that. So this may not be AI generated. I apologize for my misspeak earlier. All right, let's see. For years, restaurants assumed the challenge with Gen Z would be about digital habits and menu preferences, but my research shows something fundamental. Gen Z has arrived without the shared experiences that shape millennials, Gen X, and boomers. What shared experience do millennials and boomers have? Maybe Gen X, but boomers. I mean, maybe life before internet? Sure. It shows up in two ways. First, as guests, they didn't grow up with the rituals of dining out. Second, as employees, they didn't get the early workforce reps that previous generations take for granted. Sorry, I'm just trying to clear the old nasal passages here. The good news: both gaps are solvable, and restaurants have an unprecedented opportunity to reintroduce ourselves to a generation that doesn't yet know what has been missing. Tipping point: Gen Z guests without the guest experience. When we asked Gen Z about mealtime, their answers revealed a massive yet actionable void. Compared with the U.S. overall, they were more likely to say that rituals and meaning were missing from their meal times. 43% want a vibe or ritual that makes meals feel special. I don't know what this means. What do you ask? Look, I grew up as an immigrant. I don't know what you mean when you say you want a vibe or a ritual that makes meals feel special. The fact that food is on the plate makes the meal special. Like what are we talking about right now, guys? Huh? A vibe or a ritual, like, and they're over it talking about. I mean, is it just like sitting down with family and eating? Because I didn't get that. I didn't get that as a family. So, I don't know. It's different to me. That is a different experience to me, boss. I don't know what they talking about. Oh, do I have the thing in my thing here? Hey. I thought I had hand signals here. Can I do peace? What does the peace sign give me? Oh, balloons. I feel like that crashes my stream if I do that. Can you guys see that on here? Let's see. Yeah, you guys can see it. Nice. Anyways, let's see here. 28% want more meals with friends, not just family. That's fine. I'm probably one of the worst people to read this report because I literally, bro, I'm just a lone wolf, man. I don't go with the crowd on anything. 20% admitted that they've never really had a mealtime but would like to. Yeah, I'm probably part of that group. That absence matters. Life's meaningful moments happen around the table. Restaurants facilitate genuine connection between families and friends over a meal and drink. The meal isn't the main event, it's the backdrop for conversations, first dates, weddings, meal milestones, and everyday moments. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that particular part of my life when it comes to mealtime with family is not that rich with experiences and memory. But I'm definitely like, going on a date with me, I'm taking you out to eat, I'm gonna pay for the experience. We're gonna have a good time. We have a good talk, good conversations, all that. Going out to eat is a big part of my romantic life, so something I know pretty well. Gen Z grew up with the pandemic disrupting those rituals. Blah 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 blah. All right, we don't want to read all that. Employees without shared norms. The gap is just as striking as how they show up to work. Only 15% of Gen Z had their first job before age of 16, compared with 26% of millennials, 39% of Gen X, and nearly half of boomers. For decades, restaurants, retails, and neighborhood gigs were a training ground for young people, where young people learn punctuality, teamwork, and resilience. Today, many of those jobs have disappeared, replaced by wage laws, liability restrictions, or apps that assign tasks without human mentorship. The lack of early experience matters. This I agree with 100%. I agree with this 100%. Kids, especially these young kids that come and work for me today, I'm just like, what am I dealing with? But it's something that I've just been like really, really, really thrown me for a loop, because they just don't seem to know how important it is that if they say they're going to work, that they actually show up and work. They think that work, showing up to my restaurant, is all they need to do, and the rest of it is like just free time for them to hang out with friends, spend time on their phone, or work on schoolwork. I actually had an employee tell me this, and this blew my mind. They said, if you're gonna hire college kids, you should expect that college kids, or you should not even expect, you should make it to where they can work on their homework while they're working in the restaurant. Blew my mind, guys. I could not believe they said that to me. They almost lost their job on the spot. But I understood what they were getting at. It's just they didn't understand that, like, there's a time and place for everything. Like, if you're trying to work on your schoolwork in the middle of a rush, which has happened, I'm not making this up. Like, it just is like you're not focused on the job. Like, here's what I care about with Gen Z and these kids that are in school and whatnot. If you come in, you come in ready to work. You come in 100% focused on the task in front of you. And yes, look for extra things to do when it gets slow. Now, when you've done all of those things, if you have time and space to pull out your book or laptop or whatever and work on a few little side homeworks or whatever, then I'm okay with that. But when I see that the floor is dirty, tables haven't been bussed, there's customers sitting there waiting for someone to come and give them the experience that they're paying for, and you're just sitting here trying to do your algebra homework, then clearly you have not delineated what is work and what is not work, and I might need to start looking for someone else to take your role. I can do both because I know the difference. I know the difference between working at work and making sure that things that need to be taken care of are taken care of, and my attention is in the right places, and doing a little side work on the side, because I've mastered my craft. I can multitask. These kids cannot multitask these days. So yeah, there is a huge gap in what they think is a reasonable way to show up to work and what I think is a reasonable way to show up and work. And that's just, I think the job though is for the mentor, the boss, whoever's there supervising these kids. It's harder for you, yes, in this day and age to bring them into the fold, but you do have to recognize that this is a different generation of kids we're dealing with, and they have different expectations of work. And all in all, it's much harder to hire people these days than it used to be. There might be a lot of people out there, but yes, it is hard for me to find good staff and keep them, and I do have to resort to finding younger people and paying them less so I can keep my pay, balance out my expenses and payroll and all that. But my job, when I recognize that's the situation I'm in, I'm recognizing, okay, there's give and take here, right? I have to understand that these kids are coming in with the impression that it's okay to be on your phone 24/7. It's okay to talk to their friends while customers are in the store waiting. And I have to recognize these habits and correct them gently at first, and then get more, aggressive as I see that the habit isn't taking root. But then I also have to recognize they're gonna be on their phone. There's nothing's gonna stop me. I just have to lay ground rules around that, right? I have to lay ground rules around when is okay to be on your phone and when it isn't. Some people might do a hard line of never put the phone in a way, never be on the phone. I didn't grow up that way. I don't think that that's a good way to be, and I think that in the situation I'm in with my particular restaurant, if I grant a little bit of lenient, because I'm not off my phone. How am I gonna ask them to do something that I'm not doing? So yeah, for sure, I think there's ways to do it. I've even got it to where when their kids are first coming to me in training, I have Sling, and it allows me to have tasks on there, and I use Sling and like a blog that allows me to put posts. So I use Sling as a way for them to learn their jobs. Right, it has their tasks for the day. It has all the explanations of what I want them to be, how I want them to serve. It has blog posts explaining my philosophy around hospitality. And I told them, hey, a lot of your job, they're going to be on their phone anyway. Might as well put their job on their phone as well. So the key isn't. It's not about like trying to fight against technology or the technological habits of Gen Z. It's accommodating them and setting clear boundaries on what is work and what is not work when it comes to their technological habits. All right, I guess it's time for me to do some actual work, huh? Right? I've been yapping all day. What do we have? Steam Boys, marketing. I should be gathering email things, but I've taken a break this month from all the emails because I just need to focus on a few personal things. I'll hit it back hard next month, but I have opportunities to make some money this month doing personal stuff, and I'd rather focus on that, give that the proper space. And I feel like I've done a good job with the work that I have done, so I'm not really that upset about it. But here is what I am gonna do. We need to do a orange lemongrass and rice bowl. Wait, do I have the rice bowl post already? Let's see. No, I need a rice bowl post for. Do I have the rice bowl in here? If I do, I would like to put that in there. Yeah, chicken rice bowl. But did I send that already? Let's see. For Franklin. I think I did. Yeah, I did. Crap. Alright, it's okay. It's okay. Not a biggie. Do 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 do. I need to brainstorm what I want to send out. And to do that, I think I need to look at my previous marketing reports, actually. So let me see if I think now's the time to actually pull up the marketing reports that I made last month, and see if they can help me figure out, because I just want the most impactful, let's see, August reports. Let's see what we got. Website, executive offers, executive marketing report. I want the most impactful ones because I don't want to send out too many emails this week. I've got to focus on a big campaign, which I'll talk about here in a second. So soup dumplings, and we'll send them. I'm not going to break everything down to different stores this week. We're just going to send 3 emails to everybody. We already sent one yesterday, so I think, let me bring this report over here so you guys can see. Here we go. Got the executive marketing report for there. And I just want to pull up a few more marketing reports before I finish up here. right. Hold on, just bear with me 1 second, y'all. Do, 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 And which one was this? Hold on, what week was this? August 11th through the 17th. I've already got that one. Do I not have that? I'm doing a bad job of saving my reports. This is not good. Okay. At least I know now. Let's open this one up as well. See what that gives me. 10th, 4th to the 10th. Okay. So all you can eat, and right now I know that all you can eat. Let's write this down so that I'm not like losing what I'm doing. So goals for today. AYCE campaign. We'll send that out today because it does better on the day before as a challenge. XLB email campaign, soup dumpling campaign. That one seemed to do a lot of good stuff. So these are going to be two to... Wait, where did the other one go to? Where did the other one go to? The XLB campaign. Okay, that one definitely went to everybody, the soup dumpling campaign. So not everybody, went to everybody with the highest open rate. So let's I want the audience to be my whole list. All you can eat will also be all. Hold on, one of my employees is messaging me that they forgot to clock in. Too bad, so sad. Nah, that'd be. Can you imagine? Okay, just remember the. Okay, cool. I'll adjust it. Okay. So we got soup dumpling, all you can eat, email campaign. Let me do one more for my most engaged. Let's see. What's a good thing to send to my most engaged? Maybe just the importance of dumplings, maybe? I do not know what to send them, so I'll just do just regular pan-seared dumpling appreciation email to most engaged. So that's 3 emails. If you guys know me, you know I'm usually send out about 12. normally send about 12 emails a week, but right now, just due to a little bit of email fatigue, not only with my customers but with me, I'm also doing other like freelance work, so I just need to cut back on the amount of emails I send. Yes, that means I'm gonna lose out on some email revenue, but until I can get like either a team or a better system to pump out these emails, like I just have to take breaks from time to time, and that's just the name of the game, man. Yeah, I'm gonna lose out on revenue, but you know, I want to be able to do this for the long haul, not just for right now. So it's important to recognize when you need to take breaks. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. So I've got my emails. I guess since I've got the time, let's go ahead and do this right now as opposed to waiting. Let's go ahead and set these emails up. All you can eat campaign. Do I need to make a brand new all you can eat? Yeah, let's make a brand new one. Let's make a brand new design just in case people are getting tired of it. What is this? What are these dimensions here? File 1080 by 1920. I like these longer ones. I like the way they fill up the email screen when someone opens them up. I've noticed that when I do like the one by one, or the Instagram size 1:1 ratio, whatever, it doesn't fill up the screen as well. I feel like it's easy to ignore something like that. Ooh. If I did something like this, are this all individuals? Is there a way? Uploads. I'm trying to replicate this, but with dumplings. Which means I gotta see if I have any dumpling images back here. Maybe I can do this for the soup dumpling one though. Just take this, background remove. And then just delete the, here, edit. And we're gonna do magic eraser. We're gonna delete this. We're gonna delete this right here. And we're going to delete this, and then we're just going to have that going across, and then that'll be my soup dumpling email image. All right. Erase. And then we should be good. All right, so let's delete this. Delete this. Now the only problem is this might be too big for the image itself, but let's try. Nice. Nice. That actually fits great, I think. I think I've got a good way to... We're souping. We're souping dumplings. Ooh, this might be too big. Let's try this. Boom. And give that a little space. We're souping dumplings. Maybe just like another reminder. Maybe this email, even though it is going out to our most whatever. Not just whatever, sorry. It's going out to our like biggest fans and people who open every email. It's good to remind them about our suit Shalom Bao. Do I want to do a 50% off? Yeah, we'll do 50% off. This will be in store. Text. Let's do a button, and it'll help them find their next call now. We'll do a call now button so they can place an order. No, I don't want to encourage people to. I feel like my business partners will get mad if I encourage people to call and place a soup dumpling order, because then we have a weird rule where it's like you can't order soup dumplings to go, and believe me, I think it's dumb. I think you should never tell people that they can't buy from you no matter what. Like, I don't care what the, like, if they want to take it to go, let them take it to go, dude. Like, what's the problem? You know what I mean? I get that it's better fresh, but like some people just don't care. And you know what? I care more about getting the money in hand than I do about trying to convince these people that they should eat their soup dumplings a certain way. They don't care. Even after they've experienced it, not fresh, they're still just like, yeah. Find your local Steam Boys. Let's do this. Let's make it a lot bigger. And then we need to change the color. Make it red. Boom. Then let's get this thing to animate pop. Love me a good pop. Oh, Succession. Let's try Succession. I like that. And then I need this to be more. Oof. Brown? It's not bad. Gives me fall vibes. What do y'all think? Kind of like this better. Now that we're talking fall vibes, I feel like I can lean a little bit harder. Let's move this up a little bit. Same thing here. Can I get elements? Can I get falling leaves? I don't know if we're quite in fall yet for me to really be hitting them with the straight up fall vibes. I don't know if we're quite there yet. I would love to explore this a little bit more. Let's see. Let's do this. Throw that in the background. Position. Backward. I'm not mad at it. Gives it a little bit more pop. think that I do need to take down the transparency just a little more. There we go. 20 is good. Sweet. We're souping dumplings. Boom. Okay, I'm good with this. Soup dumplings, 50% off. Soup dumps. And I think the message of this, we'll send this to our, because they gotta, for this particular offer, they have to come into the store to redeem it. So I'm gonna send this to our most engaged audience, because I feel like if they see this, they'll more than likely be the ones who will act on this. Whereas if it was to everybody, the whole email list, they may it might be too much work to ask them to come into the store to redeem this one offer. So an offer like this that requires a little bit extra work might go better with the people who are most engaged with us. Might see a little bit more, and we'll find out. We'll get the results at the end of next week. So let's do this. We're just gonna save this. Boom, boom. As a GIF. Download that. We're gonna throw that into the old. We're gonna throw that into the old Google Drive. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by TikTok right now. Oh, this is a girl who definitely. Oh, I know who this is. Hold on, let me mute for a second. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I had to handle a few things, but we got what we needed. Let's move on with the rest of campaigns. I've got my soup dumpling email campaign. All you can eat. I still need that. I feel like I don't need to go too ham on the all you can eat, right? Like, let's see here. Let's do a create campaign because I have all you can eat stuff already, and I can just like keep recycling that. Like, I don't think I need to go so crazy on the all you can eat, right? Let's see here. Image. Okay. Image. Let's see. Add photo. Oh, you can eat with me. The problem is, let's see here. No, don't want this one. I don't want this image. Let me see if I can redesign another image. Let's go back to home. Boom, boom, boom. So I just sent that a couple. Actually, I sent this a couple weeks ago. It should still be good, and it did really well. So why not? What's the name on this? Just download it again, just for kicks and gigs, and send it to. Okay, let's throw it in here. Let's go ahead and build that email because I feel like I'm starting to run out of time here, unfortunately. Go to Google Drive, my drive. Boom, boom. SB content. Email content. Where's that? The heck? Sarland, what is that? Let's throw this in here. Boom, boom. AYCE. Let's go to our website real quick. And the events. I wonder what would happen if I no text, no nothing, just a good. Matter of fact, let me try this out. I'm very curious. I'm going to send this email with just a picture and a really good subject line. So let me go. Where am I getting my good subject lines from these days? Let's just say chat. I've already created a GPT, a project that understands my subject line. Give me a great clickbait subject line for an email. I need it to challenge our audience in to come try our all you can eat dumpling special. Come try our all you can eat dumpling special that happens every Tuesday. Because what I know is that my emails are great. I like this one. It's a little too long, so I'm going to, let me see if I can. I like this, but it is too long. Give me shorter variations of this. Yes, here's some punch here. Built for dumplings, all can eat. Are you dumpling strong? Dumplings versus you. Prove it. Dumplings, can you handle this? I think I've got a better version. I can just do it here. Boom. AYCE dumplings. You built for this? Boom. And then just for good measure. Well, nah, yeah, it's all good because this, all I have to do is click here. It's one big call to action. All I have to do is click here to see the participating location so I get the traffic to the website. And then I think this is a really good subject line. AYC dumplings, you built for this. So again, I know that challenging subject lines really gets the open rates up. So, and then my other problem is that once they click into open the email, they don't click through. They don't go to the website or click on the call to action. So what I did was remove all the unnecessary words, right? I used to have like a paragraph of words here after the image or before the image. Now I'm just like, here's a really good image and here's a really big call to action. You do with that what you will. I cannot wait to see what happens with this. So let's yeah, it'll be tomorrow. I'm giving them very little info. Very little, not enough info for them to not click through and get more. So I'm hoping this is the right balance, right? Of just enough information to click through. So let's go ahead and schedule that for, let's say about, say 5 p.m. I think I sent one out pretty late the other day and it got a really good open rate. 5 p.m. today. All right, cool. And that's going to everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm going to exclude Cleveland because I just don't want to tease them anymore. I'm done with them. We've got an antagonistic relationship with our Cleveland. audience and I don't want to make it any worse than what it is. All right, so that's going on today. What else do we have? Actually, I don't even want to see. I sent an email that was. Yeah, let's see how this went. I'm just curious. You've got to be kidding me, bro. You've got to be kidding me. The Pop Menu sponsored email got $1,600 in attributable revenue. Get out of town, bro. Ugh. Oh, I keep thinking I can do better than their algorithm. It's just the tone is just not us, but it made money. It made sense. Crazy. All right, well, good for them. I guess that means I'll go ahead and approve this one too, huh? Yeah, we'll go ahead and approve this one, but I do need it to go only to. Wait, let's go locations. We're only gonna send it to Franklin. Is that Harding Place? Yeah, it's at Harding Place. Toyota Field and Cliff Farms. Boom. So we'll go ahead and approve that. And that's a completely AI generated email for us by Pop Menu. They give us a few free ones every month. I ain't mad at it. I mean, I'm using them and I'm seeing that they get results, so it's like, why not? You know, why not? All right, let's get it. 15th. I have 2 more emails I gotta get off the ground. One of them is gonna be this soup dumpling one, so we'll send that on a Saturday. Create by myself. Email. Basic. Let's get the chat GPT. Store the purchase. It expires. When will we have this expire? What's today? 15th. I'm gonna send it on a Saturday, so I want to give them at least 7 days. Let's give them like 3 days. I don't like having these offers out for too long. So I'm gonna send it on a Saturday, and let's make it expire on a Tuesday. It expires 9/23. And in-store to purchase. Image has fall vibes, and it is still hot here, so don't lean too heavy into the fall theme. Let's see what it says. I have an idea of what I wanted to say, but let me see what it gives me. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Let's soup dumplings 50% off. Go. I like it. 50% off, go. Draft subject, boom. Let's get the image in there first. I think we know that the image first is a good way to lead. Good attention grabber, keeps them stuck to the email a little bit longer. First, let's get the image in there. Oh, let's give that. I need to send them to our locations page so they can find their local Steam boys. Steamy boys. Here you go. Here's another one. Let's just do it again. Another one. All image, no text. Boom. Alright. Oh, wait, I do need the text. I do need a text because it explains the offer. The email says it's not like, yeah, the email says it expires on 9/23. Yeah, this doesn't work. They're trying to do a thing where like they're trying to do markdown, and I'm using HTML, so this isn't gonna really help the markdown symbols here or do anything with the markdown symbols. I wonder why I stopped doing line breaks all of a sudden, man. Oh. And let's put their name in. Is being rewarded. Did I put a full name here? Why did I do that? Yeah, I just need first name. Boom. Let's get rid of all the weird things that AI tends to do when you use it for text. And then let's get one more call to action button. Bang bang. Now let's do another one here. Hyperlink. I'm starting to run with this idea that I think that you should include 3 calls to action, one in your hero image, one in the actual text itself if you're including text, so as a just like a hyperlink, and then one button, or at least a button. So that's kind of what I'm working on. We'll see the results of this later. All right, so that's good. Let's audience to segments. We're only gonna send it to our most engaged. Yep. Oh, I like this. There's a new segment here for people who became a VIP within the last 14 days. That's pretty cool. And I do have a segment for my people who are spending the most, so interesting. All right. We got that 50%, going to 50% of the people, and then schedule. This is going out Saturday morning. Boom. Sweet. All right. All right. I think that might do it for my emails, guys. I have 3. I know I had an extra one here. The soup dumpling camp. Well, no, that was mine. That was this. Oh, I see. I see what happened. I had this, which is done. I was gonna do this, but I turned my all because I had another one from Pop Menu. I turned that into this, and then Boom. So actually, what I can do in the meantime is write a text message reminding people that we have all you can eat skewers, or not all you can eat skewers, $5 skewers all week. So we'll send it to them on Thursday and let them know that it's expiring soon. Write a very concise text message reminding people we have $5 barbecue skewers at our Nolensville store. Remind them that the $5 offer expires very soon and then the price goes up. Yeah, more variations, please. This is not a good text chat. Deal ends soon, price goes up. Get them while you can. Last call for $5 screws and Nolensville. After this, no more cheap eats. Barbecue Kings, $5 next time equals higher price. I kind of like that. Alright. So we've got that. And now let's send an email out Wednesday or Friday. Let's send an email out Friday. There we go. Only had 3 bucket comments. Sweet. Alright. What's going on Friday? Let's say around noon. Confirm selection. Boom. Alright. Oh, wait. Audience and segments. Yeah, I only want this to go to everyone who is signed up for secret menu. Sweet. No, what? How is it? How have I? It's saying that I've used all my segments and I have not. What the heck? What's going on here? There we go. Yeah, it's being weird. It's gonna deprive me of my heck, is it still saying that? Yeah, it just got rid of my tags. What is going on here? Alright, let's go back and see what we got. Yeah, 155. Scheduled for 155, and it's only going to these people. Sweet. All right, we're good. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. I'm going to get ready to head into the restaurant, go handle my business there. Thank you for watching. If you are watching this later on, um, just remember how we started this. Love is the only way forward at this point. So that's what I'm going to try and emulate. When I fall short, please call me out. Lord, please keep me walking the path that you want me to walk, Lord. I'll open the Pokemon pack before we go. Let's open the Pokemon pack. Why not? That's what we got. Let's see what we got. Hopefully, we got something good in this one. We got a good one last night. For the one I did for my fantasy football stream. I'm doing a fantasy football live stream. Just kind of recapping everything that happened on our Sundays. Just to kind of keep my guys involved and all of that. Oh, I think I see a good one. I hate the bug one. Let's see. So like a lobster one. Vulpix. Cool old one. I have the Ninetales, so that's cool. And then this bad boy right here. Look what we got, yo. Holy crap. Is this not the chase card? Kind of feel like it is the chase card for this guy. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Once again, I'll just show it to you guys. Yeah, I feel like I got the chase card for this pack. Yeah, this is the same guy. Right? This is the pack. This is what I got. Let's see. Google. Go Joe. Blood Moon, Ursulana EX. Oh, it's an $18 card. There we go. Well, I don't know. Some people are saying 18. Some people are saying not 18. Like 2. So let's see what we got. Let's pull it up on TCG. That's my source of truth when it comes to Pokemon trading cards. $2.30. That is for the American version though. Is there a Japanese one that I can do? Ursaluna. Yeah, it's not very valuable. It's okay. It's okay. Should we open another one? I should chill. Let's open one more. Let's open one more. One more. It takes so much to for me to not just open all of these at once. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a dud. Dud pack, y'all. Unfortunate. Alright. We're good for the day. Thank you once again for joining the stream, and I hope everyone has a wonderful, blessed day.